Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to Jewish Psychology. Our question today is how to develop an elephant skin, a thick skin, and still stay sensitive. There is a major contradiction between being, let me rephrase it, one of the most important things in our creation is finding unity. One of the ways of the expressions of finding unity is to help others, that you care about others, doesn't matter who it is. If something happened in Indonesia, you should be care about it. It's like sensitivity, compassion, seeing the other, that you care about others, that evil doesn't let you sleep at night, that you see that others, that you care about fixing, correcting, rectifying the world, that you care about things that happens. It's a very important thing because it means that you do not live only for yourself, that you have a compassion to others, that you are part of something that is bigger than you, that you are part of your community, a part of your religion, your country, the universe at all. So you care about things. You care about somebody that is destroying something in this universe. It's not, you do not say, okay, I don't care about it. It's not in my country. It's not in my village. It's not in my neighborhood. So having compassion and empathy and seeing others and trying to help others, it's one of the most important things, not only in Judaism, everywhere, in every community that has values. One of the most important values that you care about in Chasidism, it's I think the most prominent value that you can think about. There is few stories. One story about the Alter Rebbe, the one that wrote the Tanya. I wrote about it a book, Winning Every Moment. I wrote few books, but this one was translated to English. And the author of the Tanya, the founder of the Chabad movement, once it is a story about him. Once in Yom Kippurim, one of the most important days in the Jewish life, he left everything. He put aside his davening clothes and his talit and went to help somebody that gave a woman that gave birth in this moment, and he went to cook to her, and he wanted to show that if something should be done, and the bigger in the community, the leader of the community, he should do that. Like, he should do, and if you do not know, you are not allowed to do in Yom Kippurim, in the most holy day in the year, you do not allowed to cook, but you're allowed to cook if somebody is giving birth. Like if she's now she just delivered her baby, now you are allowed to cook to her. So he is the one that did it for her, and he showed a love, compassion to the other, to someone else. He could send someone else, but he didn't. And there is a very important idea that the Baal Shem Tov, the founder of the general Hasidism, says that sometimes a person, a Jew, is born into this world and is living for 70, 80 years only to do one favor to another person. And it is unbelievable. It's like you're doing so many things. You are creating, you are working, you developed a startup, and the reason why you were brought to this world and the reason for your existence is this moment that you helped someone. Wow, it's unbelievable. And not only helped him emotionally or spiritually, even if you helped him physically, you just gave him charity, you did something, you listened to him, doesn't matter. So one of the most important things in our contradiction is to help others, is to see others, is not to live only for yourself. When a person is living only for yourself, Maimonides said that. One of our most prominent sages said, when you live only for yourself, when your table is only for yourself and your children, and you do not open it to other poor people. A poor people could be someone that is very rich, but he does not have enough knowledge how to live. His mindset is of a poor people because he thinks that he was nothing, he's suffering from anxiety, from depression, doesn't matter what. And if you close yourself from others, that means you are not sensitive to the creation. And if you're not sensitive to the creation, you are losing the purpose of the creation, to find unity in this world. And you won't find your life mission in this world. On the other hand, that we want to point on, people can squeeze you, can take from you all of your energy, can suck everything from you. And it could be your parents, and it could be your children, and it could be a lot of people that are very close to you. Why? Sometimes you need protection, because people really think about themselves a lot of times. And when they think about themselves, they don't really see you and what you struggle with. And they want to take everything that they can, to suck everything that they can from you. And if you do not develop, we said an elephant skin, we said thick skin, if you do not develop something that will protect you, that you are less sensitive, you won't be able to go through this world. It's very hard. People try to suck you emotionally. They want you. Why do they want your emotions? It could be your parents, we said. It could be your friends. It could be your spouse. Why? Because through your emotions, they validate their existence. So what do? I want to make you feel like uncomfortable. I'm trying to get out of you feelings that you will have more compassion to me. And when I'm doing that, I'm putting you out of your place. It's like I'm trying to suck from you emotions, and it's like manipulate you in several ways, manipulate you emotionally in order to get more from you. And then I'm getting from you my existence, like my emotions won't let me exist. What do I mean? Only when you feel, you exist. Only when you have emotions. Without emotions, when I'm only brain, only mind, only thinking, I have no emotions, then I do not feel. When I feel, I'm alive. When I do not feel, I'm not alive. So what do we say? We say there are people that without some kind of restrictions and borders, they will take you down, and they will squeeze you. And people really are going through difficult challenges. And if you will listen, it's more than that. If you listen to them all of the time, you won't be able to continue to develop yourself, to do things. More than that, there are sometimes that events squeeze you. Events suck from you all your energy. In Israel, if you look at the news, another terror attack, another terror attack, and this happened, and the more you live that, the more you cannot wake up in the morning and be happy because your children needs you to be happy, and your work needs you to be happy, and you cannot do that, be happy, and continue thinking about all those events that continue happening. It's like you are too much sensitive. And even I have people that text me all day. They need some attention. They have questions. It's very hard, usually in Hebrew, and it's very hard to answer to everyone. I want to, but it's very hard. And if you do not find the balance between those, I want to develop this last point before we'll continue. One of the major problems in therapy is that in one end, you need to be very sensitive, to go to those dark places of your patient, to really listen to him, to make him feel that he understands you. But then, if you don't take him, even push him, even kick him sometimes, kick him out of this place, it's very hard, because nobody else will take him out of there. The only idea that you will get down there to be with him is in order to take him out of there. So he will feel that you have a faithful relationship, and he can count on you, and he understands you, and you understand him. But if you stay there, and sometimes Viktor Frankl writes that, I think in Man Looking for Meaning, sometimes therapists are dealing with so much hard things, so they themselves get down and stay down, because they do not put this protection shield with them, this thick shield, thick skin, this elephant skin that will protect them. And it's very important, this protection. Why? Because without this protection, you have nothing to really bring to your patient. You cannot take him out of his place. Now you have a relationship. Now he's counting on you, but you do not have any more powers. You are so sensitive. So in one end, you must be sensitive. In the other end, usually, this is the major point, the major problem of modern therapy. Why? Because somebody gave you $100 and he wants you to help him to get out of his emotional problems. It could be anxiety, it could be stress, and it could be depression. And now he paid you. What's the most logical things to do? To think about to talk about his problem. Now you put him again in the middle of the table, and what will really help him is to get out of the middle, not to be in the center, not to think about himself, not to be so egocentric. But he paid you. What do you want to talk about? To learn something else? To get out of this place? So it's like you are in some kind of a place that you cannot get out. Why? Because it's like you need to make him stop thinking about himself and talking about himself, but it's so hard because all he wants to is to talk about himself, and he paid you, so you have to do that. So this is one of the contradictions that we have, and we have to solve. And it's a major question. How should we find the balance between being sensitive, feeling the other, and having an elephant skin? So let's take a few advices. First advices is to remember and to know that each one of us has his own journey in life. Even our children. Sometimes when you are so afraid, full of anxiety, what will happen to your child, you do not let him pass his own journey, and you have to go through his journey. So there is something that you do not let. Unity is that each one of us should go through his own road, through his own journey. And when you take responsibility on everything and you are too much sensitive, it means you are too much full of yourself. You do not let place to the Creator to dwell in your life, because it's all about what you can do and what you can do. And I'm terribly sad because I cannot help him or I can help him. Okay, you can be compassionate, but you should do a border, and the border here is to know that he should go through what he have to go through. And if you can help him, it's a great thing. The Creator put you in a place that there is that you have the ability, and it's your own ability and your own zchut, your own merit to help him, but it's his own choice. He have to work on himself. It's another thing in therapy it's very hard to appreciate my ability, is because at the end, it's all on his shoulders. He should take the patient should take the responsibility. It's not on my shoulders. And when it is in all his shoulders, sometimes I feel that I cannot really make the change, and I should believe really in myself in order to make in him the change. So the first advice is to remember that each one of us has his own journey in life, and you cannot help anyone. And this is the second advice: if you do not stand on your own legs. That's why you have to really listen to your inner emotions, intrinsic emotions, and how do they manifest themselves. And if you really develop in yourself confidence and trust, and those are two characteristics, those are two merits that you have to work on them every day. Somebody told me, I'm really trying to find confidence in my life, but it's hard for me because so many things happen, and I told him, you invest in doing shape, in exercising and everything, about 7-8 hours a week. How much you invest in learning about confidence and reading? Because confidence comes from developing your mindset, and developing your mindset comes from reading, from understanding, from asking questions, from trying to implement what you learn in your own life. You cannot gain confidence and trust without working on it. And the Lubavitcher Rabbi has hundreds of talks and letters and articles about confidence and about trust. I know confidence and trust are not the same thing, but we are using that because I think confidence it's the result of trust and tranquility and the ability to live quiet life inside. Outside you can do things and run and achieve, but inside you have some kind of tranquility, of you feel life that is good for you. You are in your place. You don't want to be in another place. So you have to work on yourself, and working on yourself means that from your own flesh. And the prophet Yeshayahu, I don't know how you pronounce his name in English, says, from your own flesh, don't run away. Listen to yourself. Ask yourself, what is happening with your family? It happens to a lot of shlichim, emissaries of Chabad, that sometimes they go only outside and do not think about themselves and about their children and about the way they raise their children and about your relationship. It's like one of the best signs that you are in your place is that your wife is smiling. And, when your husband is smiling, because when he's smiling, that means you help him bring to this joint reality all the good emotions, all the positive, the desirable emotions. Third, one of the most important things is to know how to carry different ideas. To be that I'm right now I'm here. In the next moment, I'll be there. Like, right now I'm here. I have compassion to what you're saying. I'm listening. I'm having all the attention and time for you. Next moment, I'll be in another place. And when you can lift those two, the ability to live to change places in very short time is the ability to live diverse realities. Let me give you examples so it will be more clear. The Lubavitcher Rebbe, you can see him crying from his heart about something that happened, about the Holocaust, about the Russian Jews, about doesn't matter, that were stuck in the Soviet Union. But then after a moment, he went into a mood of happiness and joy and full of enthusiasm because of ideas, because of love to life, of connection to the Creator. So the idea that I have to be, because somebody in my family is struggling with the disease, so I have to be sad all day long. No, you don't have to be sad. You should be sad. You should overcome your sadness and be happy most of the day. There is nothing to do with your sadness. There is no really beneficial that you can get from sadness. So thinking like that is remembering that I help myself the most if I come with no expectations from realities, and I push myself forward to see in this moment, what is the right emotion that I should discover? Where should I be this moment? I ask myself, what is the truth of this moment? Where should I be? How should I discover not what I want, but what is my real mission in life in this moment? And when I realize that in this moment, I should be with this guy, listen to him. In the next moment, I should learn. In another moment, I should give charity. Another moment, I should think about the value that I bring to the world. And it's like, you should be very careful not to develop sensitivity instead of doing what you need to do. Sometimes you need to do what you need to do. It's like sensitivity to the world. It's like seeing the external world and not the eternal world. Internal world is asking yourself, what is my mission right here? And in every moment we have a mission. And sometimes your mission is to smile. Sometimes your mission is to listen. Sometimes your mission is to do things. And sometimes your mission is to think about your value, your product, and the way your customers will accept your product. So being too much sensitive, that means sometimes some kind of egocentric point of view. It's like you try to satisfy the others, not in order to really do good for life, in order that they will evaluate you, they will accept you, you do things, you help others, but in order to accept, to get. So really, you are not an influencer. You are a person that only wants to suck from others. So it's very important to pay attention to this place of sensitivity, that it won't take your place of influencing. And the last thing, there is a beautiful idea of our sages that says, anyone that has no knowledge in him, you should not mercy him. Sensitivity, the idea of it is not to get down, to let others to pull us down and to drag us down. The idea of sensitivity is to help someone to elevate himself, The idea is to elevate others, to let them see that they can change their mindset and live another life. And if you let others take you down, and somebody is without knowledge is the ability to stick himself with things that is higher than him, to see other reality, not to be obsessed with what happened to him. And if somebody is stuck in this place and you let someone to throw on you all the bad things that he's going through, all what he's experiencing, without even thinking about how we should get out of it, where is the light of it, then it's not the right place. If you listen to your parents all day long, oh, bad, everything is bad, nothing is happening, I'm suffering, and your parent is so concentrated on himself, you do not help him. You are just, immerse yourself in the undesirable talk with him. So the idea is to get out of this place. And so the whole idea is to find the balance every moment, to be sensitive and to develop this thick skin that will help me do my inner mission. Thick skin is not being cynical. This is the worst fixed skin that you can develop. It's not being unsensitive. It's thinking about what is the right thing this moment. How should I bring knowledge to this moment? What is the right thing that is needed in this new moment? And not how I am the garbage of undesirable things that could penetrate into me, because people are not ready to win their own battles. Okay, Jewish Psychology, you're more than welcome to subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode.